Good morning, candies. Before I get my day started, um, I'm going to do a Dear Eye Candy question. Dear Eye Candy, how do you deal with distance? Um, as in, I'm sorry, as in a person is interested in you and they show interest in you early, but after a couple of weeks or even a couple of months, they stop. You know that their answers are very short and they don't seem as interested anymore. We talked about this kind of, sort of, on Friday, and one of our callers, who was KF, he's in the candy bar, he made a very good point. Sometimes people, not necessarily men, but people will 1 minute be very interested in you, showing you a lot of attention, calling you, texting you, taking you out, and then they pull back a little bit, and then they pop back up a couple of weeks or even a couple of months later like nothing happened. And he was letting us know that sometimes a strategy people use to keep you on your feet, to keep you, you know what I'm saying, not have you complacent in a situation and you don't get bored with the attention, to keep you, right there. But the question didn't say they came back. So I don't know how long, you've been waiting, but maybe they just trying to do the strategy thing and they gonna pop back up in a second. But if not, even if that's the case and they are acting like that, how do I deal with people dissing themselves? That's when the itchy with the B ness comes out in me, and I'm like, well, forget you then. I don't care, whatever, and I move on to somebody else. And you pop back up, and I'm like, I'm busy. I got somebody else. Like I don't like rejection. I don't take rejection very well. So to hide the hurt or just the saltiness that's all on my shoulders, I try to just act hard like it don't matter to me, and I brush it off and I move on and I keep busy. So I'm not sure if I deal with it the correct way, but that works for me. Someone gets distant, I'm distant too. You don't hit me up, I don't hit you up. You don't call, I don't call. So that's how I deal with it. It's not necessarily correct, but you asked how I did it, so that's how I did it. So let me pose this question to everybody in iCandi land. How do you deal with the person when they get distant? Let's say all of a sudden, out of the blue, they just start getting very distant. It seems like they're pushing you away without telling you, "Hey, I don't want to be bothered." Like normally you have conversations, and now it's one word conversations. If you text them, they take hours to text you back, or they text you one word answers or very short phrases. It's not like it used to be. How do you deal with that? Do you do what I do and you be like, well, forget you then. Whatever, somebody else gonna call, somebody else gonna text, or do you deal with another way? Let's talk about it. Let's go.